Hey, quiet on set.
3,
Quiet
2,
on
1,
set.
go. What's up, Bronies? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm with my boy Trevor here, and we're gonna be breaking down some pitching mechanics video, correct?
That's right.
And when we're gonna just be as transparent as we can be. And of course, you're gonna be a little more analytic, and you can actually help these jabronis out. I'm just gonna shit talk. That's what I do best. So we're gonna get on with that. Now, before we go any farther, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. Make sure you use my code KingofGco to get 20% off plus free shipping. So get your shit on there. And now, let's get back into this.
So, took these videos from my Discord server.
Okay.
So shout out to all my introverts on the Discord server. You're out there sending in mechanics. I can't get to all of them on there, so I got like 6 or 7 here that we're going to break down, and I'll try to get to some more later on. But if you want your mechanics analyzed, hop over into my Discord server when I open the link up, so stay tuned to my socials so you can get on there. So,
let's go.
First one we got here, let's just watch it through real quick. We got a new setup here. We got the iPad.
This is big leagues right here. Let's go. Made a couple upgrades since the last time. Looks like it's a Plyo Velo, yes?
No, that looks like a baseball. Oh, okay.
No, that's a Plyo.
Is that a Plyo?
That's a Plyo, dude.
You sure?
Yeah, look like gray Plyo.
It could just be a dirty baseball, though,
It
no?
could be a dirty baseball.
I mean,
pretty G setup. I like the. What kind of mount is this? I like it.
It's great.
Yep.
The mound's great. I do see the Plyos down here.
Yes.
So you're right.
Yeah,
it's probably a Plyo
I'm
Velo.
right. I'm always right.
I hate saying that. All right. Well, the first thing that I noticed is the aggressive shoulder turn right here.
Yes.
Looks like a lot of shoulder hip separation, huh? Pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's good.
One thing that we do see that I like right here, this position.
Right.
We got to get rid of that.
Yeah. That's.
What we got? Rounded back.
Yeah.
And then just collapsing in here.
I've actually never seen the leg come up like that ever.
Yeah.
I don't think. It's usually like down here, but it's like coming up almost. It's incredible.
Yeah, good intent.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the back leg turning pretty darn good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
You know, into the front foot plant.
Bracing can be a little better, I think, because he's still pretty collapsed, right?
That's the thing, yeah. Pretty decent upper body position right here leading into foot plant, right?
Yeah.
So everything up until that point is pretty darn good.
Yep.
The one thing I don't necessarily like, stylistic, so it could work, is this big hip turn kind of coming around
like
this
a pre-coil almost.
Like a pre-coil, because that leads to this elevated hip. We can see that kind of this way, and it delays the backside rotation. But for people who are super mobile,
right. No, I mean, his backside was working good.
His backside does work good, right. So I wouldn't even mess with that.
Right.
Because this backside does turn over pretty well. You can see that hip actually turning into foot plant, but the biggest deal is we hit, and then you'd like to see, so this is the angle that you are at right there, right? You'd like to see this angle work more towards that, and then straight. And after landing.
Exactly. And there's no like energy that's transferring from the bottom up.
So all the hips here are just sinking into the front leg.
Yeah.
Kind of coming in here, and then the hip and the shoulder are now turning as one piece.
Right.
And that's where you get this kind of like collapsing into the front leg, right? And
ideally on this position, you want to be as straight as possible. Again, so that's how you want to brace that. Because right now you're basically pushing yourself on forwards.
So if we look at the angle of the leg here, and you look at the angle of the leg there at landing, it really hasn't straightened a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we can be a little bit better if this front leg straightens and pushes back this way. Then this hip will come around more, as opposed to right now it's just kind of coming straight forward, and we're getting this collapse. So I would recommend bracing drills. Brace that front leg. Get the hips to finish rotating instead of just
even when you're lifting, even when you're doing med ball throws or whatever, you can really focus on bracing the front side, right?
Yeah.
Every time, like just do it all the time.
Yeah. If we measure the distance here between this side of the leg and that side of the leg, he could get on the Lift Big, Throw Gas, Hit Bombs program, right?
Get my merch, motherfuckers, KingofGco.com. Let's fucking go. And first and foremost, and honestly, like it's actually pretty good. Like,
it is.
Mechanic-wise, like overall, it just, again, first and foremost, you motherfuckers need to gain some weight. You're too skinny, too small, okay? More mass, more gas. Make sure you get your chef in the fucking, in the kitchen. Get yourself in the gym. Cook them steaks up. Get big. I mean, this shit ain't gonna cut it. What do you weigh? Like 160? That's little league shit. Get big, 200 or die. That should be your goal.
Just don't like that position. All right, what do we got next?
All right.
Fuego shirt.
What we got?
I mean.
Oh, we got a little.
I mean.
That's how I watch it. Workout, I work it. Shut the fuck up. But anyways, I mean, he's
It's a tight
representing your
shirt.
shit. That's
I like
tight.
it. I mean, this is what we need to
like
see.
it.
Yeah, we haven't seen any JUCO Bandit merch here. We've seen TB merch.
You picked
it's
them.
great.
That's why. Where can they get your shirt? Where can they get it?
They can't get it right now. It's all good. You can get it soon. We got new designs coming out. They can get JUCO Bandit merch though.
Hey,
so go get that.
kingofjuco.com forever.
Let's see what we got here. Slow motion. I do like that people are filming in slow motion.
Super
and
it's
helpful.
actually a very high quality video too, which is
very
awesome.
high quality. Yeah, they're down the mound. The first thing I noticed about
this is fucking.
Yes.
JUCO,
this right here,
I love that.
Perfect, so the mound doesn't slide forward.
Yep.
Looks like we got a little bit of a break in the mound here, two-piecer.
Yep, I love that.
One thing that I do notice here is like they are filming from like midway in the mound.
Right.
As opposed to back here on the rubber. Sometimes
Right.
if you're filming back on the rubber, by the time all the action happens out here,
you kind of miss it.
You're kind
or
of
whatever.
missing it, right? So good camera angle here. Good shirt. I'm just going to play this through so everyone can see it. Okay.
Okay, a lot of push. Oh my
little
goodness.
push there, little push.
That's...
Starts off pretty well. Started off
hot
well,
and then just
right?
like fucking.
So we're getting to the backside here pretty good.
Yep.
Legs coming out. So this position here.
He's trying to hinge, but he just can't do it.
This position here, I think, is pretty good.
Yep.
But from here, we want to see this back knee actually roll downwards, right? So you want to go from this position. Let me change my color here.
Right.
So you want to go from like this position on the back leg to that position on the back leg, and the leg should follow this red arrow kind of rolling around.
Exactly.
Right? But instead what we get is this push. So you can see, if you look at the hip line here, you can see kind of where the hip line is. You want to see that continue kind of getting a little bit lower.
Right.
Instead what we see is this hip line actually stays even. But relative to the mound, that's getting higher.
And I think that's
the
one when people say use the mound, use the slope, right? I think that's what they mean by that, so that you can get as close as possible to the ground as possible, so you can use that ground force, right? When you're farther away, it's gonna be less force.
Yeah. Yep. And the more that you sink downward, the more energy that gravity is giving you by just pulling your mass down.
Yep.
You know, he has pretty good mass here. Like, he's big, he's strong. You can tell.
I still need to get bigger.
He needs to get bigger and stronger, of course.
But I mean, for his age, it looks like he's decent size.
Okay, so and you can see if you watch the hips, what you want to see here is this hip start to turn.
Right.
But what you see is this hip just slide this way, right? So you see this backside extends. This back leg is
And look at the back knee too. It's basically straight leg from there.
Fully straight.
And he's going straight the whole time.
Right.
There's no angle here. It's just a triangle.
Yeah.
Triangle of death. This is not something you want to do, so that's gonna be an X.
And so the hips still don't rotate.
No.
Until, I mean, even when we get down here, the hips really haven't started to rotate. So even though we're, like, if you just look at the upper half, get rid of all this.
Right.
If you just look at the upper half, this is a pretty good position right there.
Yep.
Glove sides retracted, arms in a pretty good spot right here, right?
Yep.
Looks pretty good, but the hips haven't turned. So now what you're going to see after landing is the brace isn't going to be able to finish turning the hips.
Right.
It's going to everything's just going to slide forward, and the hip is now rotating with the shoulder. You can see this hip and this shoulder are going at the exact same time, and there's no real separation.
No.
The brace is pretty good. You know, the brace actually lands and it firms up and stabilizes. But he's just not in a position where he can transfer that from the lower half to the upper
I think
half.
like his initial move is good, and his finish is actually not bad. It's just that the middle part is just shit, you know? So if he can clear some of that stuff up, I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, get to this position and roll the knee down. Try to get this hip to open up as opposed to pushing in that direction.
So like something he could probably work on is actually like moving his pelvis as much as possible. Even on the dry reps and shit like that, just rotate. I still do that because I still have the same problem. I'm not as bad, of course, but I get very pushy with my back knee as well. That's something I'm trying to work on, is I really feel that separation with my pelvis so that I can really create that good hip-shoulder separation. Again, hip-shoulder separation is its own thing, but like that's what helps me.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to throw hard. So you think, okay, I'm going to use my backside to throw hard. But it's really when the front foot hits. If you're in a good position, that's what makes you throw hard.
And I think that's what with timing, right? So his timing is like he's sending in the beginning and he loses it all by pushing. Right. So if you can get in the right positions, like the way you do, you get really good place. And when your front foot lands, that's when you fucking go. Right. So that's where you got to be.
All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so. first thing I notice here,
is he bald or what?
the hair looks like mine. I mean, we got long hair.
That's trash.
It
That's
looks like mine. I like
looks
it.
like
I don't
shit.
see, yeah, okay. I mean, you can say that. I just noticed the hair. We
It's
actually, he actually sent in his number.
Oh, okay.
As part of the film.
Sick.
So we're gonna FaceTime him.
Okay.
Right now, we're
Are
gonna
we
see if
gonna do
he
it right
answers.
now before we even see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might as well break it down.
Cool. Let's do it.
So let's see here. I don't want to say his number on
Yeah,
camera. We can't do that because I'd be like ESPN that leaked my number.
How fun was that? That was fun, huh?
Oh, it was great. I had 130,000 unread text messages. It's fantastic.
That's fantastic. It's good content.
It's great content. What's up, dude?
Hello?
Eric Sim actually has a question for you.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, so if you get this right, we're gonna Venmo you $50 right at the spot. All right, so you better not fuck up, and you're gonna be, of course, on the YouTube and shit like that. So I know you're fucking freaking out right now. That's okay. Let's do this. All right. So my question is, are you ready? You have 10 seconds to answer.
Ready.
All right. So,
Okay.
who hit the most homers in MLB this year? Go. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. You're getting
Perez.
yipped. Salvador Perez. Okay.
So for an extra $50, can you answer? Can you give us the other answer? 'Cause
There are two people. They're co-tied. Like there's tied. Who we got? 5, 4.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
Hey!
My guy!
Wow!
Wow!
Nailed
Let's
it.
go!
All right, so we got your pitching mechanic. We got your video here.
Yeah.
You submitted it via my Discord. We actually haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna watch it live here and kind of ask you what you're feeling and kind of walk through it together. Is that cool?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Good.
Oh, good intent.
No slow-mo. Don't have slow-mo, so
That's okay.
we can work on that.
Yeah.
Let's watch it again.
Very short arm action.
Very short arm action. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. All right, so let's look at. I think when you typed in when you sent the video, you have some issues going on. Is that?
Yeah, so right now I have a partially torn UCL, and I'm also dealing with tricep tendonitis. So
Yikes.
right now the UCL isn't giving me any pain, but the tendonitis is just because it keeps flaring back up. And it's just not going away right now, so I'm in the process of getting that healed. So right now my plan is to try to play through my senior season of high school because I thought I put a lot of work in. I want to be able to, see what I can accomplish. And then maybe at the end of the season, think about getting Tommy, but for now, trying to build my arm back up to be able to play the field and hit. So that's my plan right now with that, and we're still trying to get everything as healthy as it can in the condition it is.
Gotcha. Tricep tendonitis by the elbow or the shoulder?
Elbow. I'm pretty sure it's tennis elbow.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's check out the mechanics and see if we see anything here. First thing we got. Can you see the TV?
Yes, I can.
All right. Cool. So first thing, are you wearing a pulse or a little armband?
That was a Modus before they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that should. I still wear that too. That should help me out.
Okay. So good energy into foot plant.
Yep.
Hips actually work pretty darn well.
Mm-hmm.
Hips are turning over here. Could be a little bit better on the rotation. you
Yeah, and
think?
also I think so when you roll back a little bit, I think you're pretty tilted, and I think
Yep.
we talked about that with the other guys as well. So a lot of you young guys, because you're trying to create a lot of energy before you get to the foot plant. Does that make sense? So before you're like all loaded, you're trying to go so far, like so fast. But this position actually gets you in a shittier position, in my opinion, just because you can't really rotate.
Me getting all the way like leaning back over my back leg there.
Yeah. So if you look at the screen here, you see this yellow line on the screen. The front hip is above the back hip.
Yeah.
Right? And so the torso is now tilted backwards.
Okay.
If you just stand in that position, it's impossible to rotate the hips until your hips actually get level.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just delaying our hip rotation a little bit. If you watch it, as soon as the hips get level right about here, now the hips can actually start rotating, but it's really late.
Right.
And so the hips do start rotating there, but they don't really
still pushy.
They don't really turn over until about here. So the hip rotation is a little bit late.
Okay.
And what happens on the hip rotation being late is then the torso is kind of open by the time you have a lot of energy to use.
Yes, there's separation.
Yeah, so you lose some shoulder-hip separation, and then you put your arm in a little bit worse position, and that might be where some of the tricep and the elbow stuff is coming from.
Yeah.
And again, like when you're throwing, looks like you got really good intent, like at the end.
Yeah. How hard do you throw?
Yeah, how hard do you throw?
The last time I threw a pin, I was sitting 83.
83, okay.
Gotcha.
Because it looks like, again, the intent is there at the end, but I think because you're trying to create everything at the end, does that make sense? You're at the end, you're not in a very good position. You're okay, but you're kind of tilted. You're kind of trying to create energy, trying to get into positions, but you're not in that position. Now, when you get to point to release, now it's all arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a whole lot of kinetic chain that's built up. You're using all arm, and that's probably why your arm is probably banged up a little bit.
Yeah. So easy suggestion here, something to work on is if we think about from this position, if you think about going down this way instead of tilting the hips this way. So I'm sure you've probably been taught to like get some pelvic load, move the hip towards the plate. That just delays hip rotation. So if you can think of, instead of tilting the hip towards the plate, if you can just think of sinking down into the back leg, that probably puts you in a better position to be able to use your lower half.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, we wish you the best with your arm. Want to see you get healthy, and I'll communicate with you via Discord to arrange giving you $100 for nailing the
50, not 100.
Hey, he got an extra 50.
Oh shit, that's a big leaguer. Shut the fuck up. All right, don't come on, say me, bitch. All right, I'll give you fucking 100. Shit,
you can get 50 from JUCO Bandit, and you can get 50 big league bucks from me. All right, man. Hey, thanks for taking the call. We'll talk to you soon. Okay?
Thank you, Trevor. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, sure thing. See ya. Unfortunately, my phone did not record that, so whatever. I literally hit record and it didn't do it.
Fuck.
Oh well. We have all the audio, which is fine.
Welcome to Close to the Public. This is what we do here. We think we know what we're doing, but we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. But that's okay. That's part of it.
Here we go.
All right. What the fuck? What is this jabroni? Who is this jabroni? I want to know his name, and I want him here so I can give you some fucking catching lessons. Catch the damn ball, motherfucker.
Hey,
fuck.
Keeps his eye on the ball though. Watch this. Look at this. Look at the head. Ball comes in.
What was that?
Look, eyes on the ball.
That wasn't even hard. And I looked at it. He's like, hey, fuck. He's like, he didn't even try to get it. He's like, ah, fuck. Yeah.
Pretty good there. A little bit of rotation going on. This reminds me a lot of, there's a big leaguer that throws just like this.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I see it too.
I can't remember the name.
It's very tall, like when you see it, like it's very tall and it's like kind of like goes.
Is this kind of Evaldi-ish?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Now Evaldi like sinks in way lower,
and he's jacked.
And he's fucking jacked as fuck. And now you're not at that level, of course. But like the initial load, this action kind of reminds me of like and then like, but the difference is from that on, I've seen Evaldi say his leg is like here.
Yep.
He's literally here with his back leg.
Yeah.
He sinks in so fucking much, and he uses so much of his energy. That's why he throws 98, like 100, like he throws gas.
Front hip elevated right here,
yeah.
Instead of keeping those hips level,
right.
So we can get some rotation. That's also going to keep us from getting to that backside as much.
Right.
All right, so you can see here, this back leg is not doing a whole lot. It's just buying some time before the hips get level right there.
Right.
And now this back hip is going to start to actually turn.
Yeah, it looks very pushy to me, even from this angle. It's a little bit tougher to see, but I can tell he's already very pushy in the initial stage.
Yeah, you can see this back foot hasn't really turned over.
No.
The back knee hasn't really rolled down. The back
his
hip
hips
really
are fucking like closed off.
Right. And so now you see all this rotation has to happen, but it's happening at the same time. Let's go another frame forward. Shoulder and the hip moving together. Another frame forward. Shoulder and the hip moving together. and there's really not a whole lot of separation there. Now, if you look at the individual pieces, like the front leg block looks like it does pretty darn well. Like the hips do close off.
Right.
They're late, but they do end up getting there.
Right.
The upper body is actually pretty good. If you just look at it, the glove side's pulling. There's a little bit of scap retraction here. And we get the elbow roll to the plate. It's just early compared to the hips. And so there's not a whole lot of power there. There's nothing to transfer to the ball. And that's why, I don't know if there's an off-speed pitch or what. Maybe it's an off-speed pitch,
no,
maybe
that's a
not.
heater.
But
that's a heater. That's a heater, just slow.
It's slow, yeah.
Now let me break this fucking catcher down real quick.
Yeah,
all right?
okay.
So
let's zoom in.
Let's zoom in. All right, first of all, you're not ready to catch. You're like ball's already like not middle, but like it's getting close. His glove is not even like up yet, and I like the down and up, but you gotta get up in the right times, right? So now he's way late, and he's trying to catch here.
We actually end up coming down on the ball.
That's what
by
I'm
the time
saying.
the ball gets there. We go up, but then the glove is
Then
actually
down.
moving
So
down.
he's over here this way. Now hopefully he's trying to catch the ball this way. You cannot catch a baseball this way. Has to be this way. Okay, if it's inside, catch it like this. Okay, don't catch it like this. So the main issue is here. And just a shitty effort that pissed me off. Just piece of shit. He just looks at it. It's like,
it looks at the
I
glove.
started pounding. Started pounding.
Looks at the glove.
Stop being a bitch. Like, man the fuck up. If you miss it, go get it. Like fucking get that shit out of here. And also he's throwing hands like right up here. If it's a foul ball, he's gonna get hit, man. Like so you wanna get that shit really close down here or behind you or on the side of you. Don't put that right here, that shit's gonna get hit. And just again, just overall shitty fucking effort, and that kind of shit pissed me off. So clean that shit up, wherever you are, if you're watching this, clean that shit up. Let big throw get hit bombs.
I think that's a good outro.
Yeah. This outro. Shitting on a kid. Just time to die.
That's not it. Can't have that. If you guys enjoyed the video, thanks for tuning in. If you want your mechanics broken down, check out that link when I post it on my socials to my Discord channel, because we'll be pulling videos from there to break down in the future. And that's all we got for today.
Send us anything that you got, and then don't forget, like, subscribe, you know the deal. Done?
Do you,
Don't fuck it. You got me last time, so you're not gonna get me this time. Alright, you got my ass last time, fuck that. Alright, bang it. Woo! That was good.